G'day guys, welcome to another layout. Now I did say that I was going to do some layouts for Valentine's Day and here's one of them. So I decided to use a black and white photo of me from my wedding, which was like, what is it, 16 years ago? Wow, 16, that's a lot. Anyway, moving on. So I decided that I would do a layout that anyone could do no matter what they have around them. So I wanted to go with a kind of vertical, I wanted to focus all the stuff in the very center of my page. So I pulled out a stencil. Now this stencil I've had for a bazillion years. You don't even need a stencil. You could cut some paper, use your trimmer, use a punch. You could do anything, any way you can get circles onto your page. This is so simple. Now, this is a new brayer that I have, and it is fantastic, I will be honest. I bought 2 new brayers because if you've been around for 5 minutes, you will know that my husband and I, when we put the sticky tiles down in my craft room, destroyed my brayer because we used it. So I had to buy a new one. Anyway, but I digress. The colour I just put down there is I'm using Distress Oxides for all of this, okay? Distress Oxides, and that one is Hickory Smoke. The colour I'm using at the moment is Lumberjack Plaid, and the colour I'm about to use is Uncharted Marina. Now, these are probably not the colours that you think of when you think of Valentine's Day. Who says Valentine's Day and or Valentine's layouts or romantic layouts have to be pink and red? They don't. You can make them whatever you like. So all I did is I just used my flat, what are they called? Ink daubers, the big flat ones. Check out what I'm using at the moment. These are new for me. I bought these and they've only just arrived. These are little tiny stubble brushes. Now, they come in a pack of, I think it was a pack of 3 different sizes. I did buy 4 packs of them, and I'm glad I did because it actually took a decent amount of time for them to arrive. I ordered them off Amazon, and normally that's pretty quick, but I did have to wait a little bit. Now, these brushes allow me to use my Distress Oxide ink in a smaller, like instead of using my finger daubers, I can use it in a brush style. So I'm sort of having to be honest, right here, right now, I'm just having a play to see if that's the look I want to go for. These little tiny brushes worked beautifully in the smaller areas. So I actually, when I bought them, I thought I would use them more for like stencils, your fine stencils. So I can use multiple colors and have a finer stencil to get a good look. And I really think they're going to work a treat. Absolutely love them. I will pop a link in the description, the link for these brushes, anything that I put there from Amazon. My Amazon links are not affiliate links, but I'm just letting you know that, I'm just being honest with you with that. Now, all I'm doing here, I'm trying to sort of soften the edges a little bit of where I wasn't quite sure if it was a bit too black and white around the edges. So I was this is going exactly where I wanted it to go. So stick with the process. This is something, if you're new to my channel, this is something I harp on about all the time. Trust the process. If you think it's not working, if you think, it's not really what I want it to be. Now, here's my mistake for the video. I did not turn around and I did not get, a big enough piece of paper to catch my clear embossing powder on, so I made a mess. And the other part to this is I did not turn around and get my splat box. Subsequently, I have ended up with, and I will have clear embossing powder on this desk for the next 6 months. I'm sure of it. Oh, I can't believe I did that. Rookie error. if you like embossing, which I like embossing too, but get yourself a splat box. I know. Learn from my mistakes. I'm seriously I'm sitting here and I can feel the grit. It's like having sand. You've been to the beach and your kids run inside before they clean themselves off properly. You will be finding sand for the next 6 months. Okay, so all I did there with the clear embossing powder, it's not that I'm adding extra texture or anything. That's my shine. I like to have something shiny on a page. But this particular layout, I was wanting to keep my circles matte, like the oxide, that real matte, chalky sort of look. That's what I wanted. I love these two colors. Now, these are two of the newest distress oxides that Tim Holtz has brought out. He brought out Uncharted Mariner, then he brought out Lumberjack Plaid, and now he's brought out Lost Shadow, which I will be getting my hands on that really soon, and I cannot wait because I know it's a grey and I know it's controversial. I know people, there's been feedback that people are disappointed because they wanted a colour. But I genuinely do feel, honestly, I love doing bright layouts, okay? If you've been here for 5 minutes, you know that I am not scared of a bit of colour. But sometimes sometimes I need a colour that is in between hickory smoke and pumice stone. There was a gap there. I can genuinely say this with hand on my heart. There really was a gap there. And Lost Shadow is going to fill that gap for me, because see how dark the hickory smoke is on this page. Imagine if I swap that out with Lost Shadow. And for the sake of the conversation, when I get my hot little hands on Lost Shadow, which should be really, really soon, I'm going to revisit doing a layout similar to this. I won't do the same thing, obviously, but I'll do something similar with it, and I'll pull this one out and we'll compare. That way, if I'm ever going to promote something to you guys, okay, I will be honest with you. I will be 100% transparent. One, is it a paid affiliate situation? Am I being paid to say it? Yes or no? Am I promoting a company or a business for my own financial gain? I will be 100% honest with you. Okay. The only affiliate link that I use is the one that is for Crazy Craft Obsession. I'm on the design team for those guys, and I always have their online store link in my description, because I genuinely believe that what they say they're going to deliver, they deliver. And it's a small Aussie business, and that's what I'm about. I love that. Now, they have the Distress Oxide range. They have it in sprays. They have it in ink pads. They have it in, I think they even have the paint. I'm not sure. But they've got the whole range, right? So that's where I'm going to say that I have an affiliate link for that. I am going to try the new Lost Shadow first before I say to you that it's a must-have. I would like to, and I might even do this in my next couple of videos, I want to keep you guys up to speed with my top 5s at the moment. So at the moment, I've made a few purchases, like those little brushes. I wanted to give those a crack and see, really put them to the test and see if it's what I like. It's kind of similar to the flocking, that I used on a layout however long ago. I can't even remember. I've used it a couple of times and I really, really like it. I have got another flocking idea coming up, which is awesome. Now, here's my mistake. Check that out. All right, that is literally all pigment. These are the Tim Holtz watercolor pencils. They're woodless. They are divine. They are amazing. I will scream this one from the rooftops. This product I've been putting through its paces. And I've got to tell you, I love them. Absolutely love them. I have got on, okay, I should have said right at the very beginning, I'm using Vicky Boutin's watercolor paper, the Foundations watercolor paper. So I have not put gesso or anything down, but this paper will hold up to the water that I'm adding to it. And basically I wanted to sort of create, so the watercolor pencils, I'm using black soot and I'm using hickory smoke. So I'm just, it's a different medium, so it's not the ink pad that I'm using, it's the watercolor pencils, and that's how I'm able to get that nice shadowed effect. Now, yes, you can get a similar effect from just using the oxides, but I just feel like it just pops. I really, really like it. So stick with me. I know at the moment it just looks like some hollow circles, but it does come together very shortly. So I wanted a couple of hollow circles, bubbles, I don't know, however you want to look at it. I didn't have bubbles at my wedding, so I don't know why I thought bubbles would work. But so now I'm just coming in with my black 0.7mm POSCA paint pen. These guys are my jam. I love these pens. They are so, so good. I get mine from Officeworks, and they are awesome. Actually, I get 90% of them from Officeworks. I did buy one pack online and they're working fine. There's nothing wrong with them. There's no issue with it. But if I'm going to tell you where to get them from, I'll say Officeworks, because yeah, it really didn't save me much ordering them online, to be honest. So I'm just doing some messy borders around these circles just to get a little point of difference. They looked like they were sort of floating a bit too much. They were not really grounded, and that's what when I tore the washi tape, you can see there I've just created that sort of plus sign there with the washi tape. I've torn it in half when I've put it down because I wanted jagged edges on it. I didn't want it to just be straight pieces. So then I have to create my border, and of course I hadn't trimmed off the perforated bit at the top of the layout, which was kind of, I had to do that, but that's okay. It's all good. It comes together. So I'm really, really loving my layout. I went around the border with hickory smoke and then realized it needed to be a little bit heavier. So I kind of needed that third placement of the black. So I had it in the washi tape. I had it in my photo. I've got the gloss behind my photo because of the clear embossing powder. None of this, I haven't raised any of this layout up on foam, because I think as much as we love creating dimension, we also need to have some pages in our albums that are flat. Otherwise, you know, we'll go through 750 albums and yeah. So I found this title, and I know it's a bit cringe because it's a photo of me and I've put the title there saying lovely, but it's a wedding photo and it's me years ago and I absolutely loved it. So it is lovely. I really do like the photo. So now the gold that I just used, that's the one that I make up with my gum Arabic, and it sits on my desk, and you just give it a mix and you have yourself some nice shiny gold. I did do splatters, and that, if you've been here for 5 minutes, you know that I don't normally do splatters, but it works totally on this layout and I absolutely love it. So now I'm going to show you the close-up, and I'm going to do my shameless plug. If you're new to my channel, I would absolutely love it if you click the subscribe button at the end. That really helps my channel out. So does liking the video and leaving me a comment. That all helps me out. So if you don't mind doing that before you leave, that would be absolutely amazing. And or jump onto another video, that would be awesome too. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I will chat to you soon. Bye for now.